Okay, let's get right into it. We're going to talk about something a lot of people feel but maybe can't quite name, that subtle connection between having a bunch of medications and these weird, kind of concerning changes in your vision. Now, this isn't about causing panic. Far from it. This is about building a solid plan.
Does that hit home for you? You know that feeling when things are just a little smeared? The blur comes and goes, right? But it's there. And the glare from headlights at night, it just seems so much worse than it used to. And yeah, that collection of pill bottles keeps growing.
And that right there is the key. You're not making it up. You're not overreacting. You are noticing a real pattern, and it's absolutely worth checking out. So in this explainer, we are going to build a simple, step-by-step plan to take that pattern to your doctor in a way that actually gets you answers.
So, let's start with the big question. What is this hidden connection? What's really going on between the pharmacy bag and your eyesight? Well, the official term is polypharmacy. And let's get one thing straight. This doesn't mean your doctor is doing a bad job. Not at all. A lot of us need several medications to stay healthy. The risk, the real issue, pops up when the entire pile of them isn't looked at as one single interacting system.
I think this analogy is just perfect because it nails the problem. It's not about one bad pill. Each medication by itself might be a brilliant musician playing its part perfectly. But when you get them all together without a conductor looking at the whole sheet of music, well, that's when you can get some really jarring unintended notes.
And what's so tricky is that these symptoms, the notes you hear, can seem so normal, right? It's so easy to just blame them on getting older or being tired, but even a little bit of foggy focus or a brief dizzy spell can be a huge safety issue when you get behind the wheel of a car.
Okay, so we know what the problem is. Enough about that. Let's talk about the solution. This next part is all about what you can do before you even set foot in the doctor's office to totally change the outcome.
We're going to zero in on two incredibly powerful yet simple tools. And I'm serious, these two pieces of paper will completely transform the conversation you're about to have with your doctor. First up, the one-page snapshot. This is your master list. And the most important rule here is that everything goes on it. Not just the prescriptions. I'm talking about the Tylenol PM you take sometimes, the vitamins, that daily Zyrtec, and yes, every single eye drop you use. And pay attention to those last two columns, time taken and recent changes. That's where your doctor can start to see patterns they'd otherwise miss.
Second, the symptom timeline. Telling your doctor, my vision has been blurry for months isn't super helpful. But bringing in 2 weeks of specific data like this, it's absolute gold. That onset column especially, being able to say, my focus gets foggy about an hour after I take my morning pills, that's the kind of clue that solves medical mysteries.
All right, you've done your homework, you've got your snapshot and your timeline. Now, how do you actually use them? This section is all about having the right questions in your back pocket to really drive the conversation forward.
See how these questions work. They're not just about pointing out a problem, they're about starting a collaboration on a solution. And using a word like deprescribing is powerful. It shows you're thinking strategically about how to safely lower your overall medication burden, not just swap one pill for another.
And this right here shows you why all that prep work matters. Just listen to the difference. My eyes feel off. I mean, what can a doctor do with that? But for 45 minutes after my evening dose, I struggle with small text and headlights feel starburst like, wow, that gives them a time, a duration, and a real-world impact. That is data they can actually use. So many of us think the appointment is the finish line. It's not. Walking out the door is just the beginning. The follow-up period is where you find out if the plan is actually working. So what happens next?
So if your doctor makes a change, you need to track what happens. This simple 14-day checklist is perfect. Just a quick rating each day. Is the blurriness getting better? And look at that last one. Confidence on stairs or while driving. We're not just tracking symptoms, we're tracking how you function in the real world.
And this is so important to remember. Your vision might feel a little bit better, sure, but if you still feel a flicker of panic when you're driving at night, or you're grabbing the handrail for dear life on the stairs, then the problem isn't solved. The goal isn't just improvement, the goal is safety.
Let me tell you a quick true story. A retired bus driver kept being told his vision changes were just due to his age. But his daughter helped him track everything, just like we've talked about. They found that his focus went blurry exactly 40 minutes after taking his evening pills. That one detail, that single timestamp, changed the entire conversation with his doctor. A simple tweak to his medication timing, and suddenly he felt safe again. That's the power of this. Okay, let's pause for a second. This last section is critical. Everything we've discussed so far is for a planned, methodical doctor's visit. But some symptoms, they are not wait and see. Some symptoms are genuine emergencies.
Please take a really good look at this list. If you experience any of these things, especially a sudden total loss of vision, that feeling of a black curtain coming down, or any vision change that comes with things like a facial droop or confused speech, you do not make an appointment. You go to the emergency room immediately.
It really boils down to this. You have to know which lane you're in. Emergency signs need emergency care. The other non-emergency symptoms we've been talking about, they absolutely deserve a thorough, timely review with your doctor. Mixing those two up can be really dangerous.
So what can you do right now? Tonight, you can do this in 20 minutes. Seriously, make that list. Even a messy first draft is fine. Grab a bag and just sweep every single pill bottle, eye drop, and vitamin tub into it. Then pick up the phone and schedule that visit. And when you do, be specific. I'd like a medication review for my vision symptoms. Done.
When you boil it all down, this is the secret. It's not about you becoming a pharmacist overnight. It's about creating a better structure for the conversation. One complete list, one clear timeline, and a handful of really good questions. That's it. That is the fastest path to feeling safer and more in control.
You have the playbook now. You know exactly what to do. Your vision, your body, it's sending you signals. It's giving you data. The only question left is, are you ready to listen and present that data in a way that can truly change everything?